just think
in
like
business.
as an independent artist, maybe artists don't know that they are the company, and maybe they don't know like that, you know, like, so being as though we don't have a big record company backing us, so to speak, we are the record company.
We back, Conversations with Nash, back with the killer, the genius. So how's it going? How's it going?
Going well.
How's your day been?
Day has been productive.
Right. So productive in terms of what's going on?
Well, been in the studio, working on music.
Tracks.
Trying to make sure my business is in order.
Right.
Yeah,
so what kind of music you do?
So I'm a future soul artist. It's hard to, it's hard to put myself in I don't like to have to put myself in a category, right? But
kind of limits you.
It does limit me. But I think future soul is like all encompassing. It's a bit of like, you know, jazz and soul and you know, R&B, because I'm not like hard R&B. But I'm not like hard soul either. So I'm not neo soul, so future soul.
How long you been in that future soul? Has that always been your genre from the beginning, or did you transition into that?
I want to say it's probably always been my genre, but at the same time, it's a newer genre, I believe. So like it wasn't in existence when I was trying to figure out what type of music, you know what I mean, that I wanted to do, so to speak, or that I fit into, what box I fit into. But I've always been different.
So where do you draw your inspiration from? Like,
I mean, all different types of things. Nature, you know, pop culture, so to speak, you know, like I like trying new things. I love.
So is your music more personal to you, or do you can sing about anything?
So initially, I started writing, I feel like, to poetry.
All right.
Right?
Poetry.
So I was a poet, so to speak, and it was personal to me. Okay. And I actually recently went back and read some of my old stuff, and I'm like, wow, like I had I'm very emotional.
Did you incorporate some of your old poems into song?
Not yet, but then, you know, after writing poetry for myself, so to speak, I started writing songs that I wanted to sell. So just like writing songs based on whatever the track I got sounded like, whatever I felt from the track, right? Yeah. So it wasn't necessarily anything I was going through, but I kind of feel like it was things that I went through later on that I kind of like wrote my future, so to speak. Future soul. Future soul. Oh, that is deep. I see what you
your soul knows what's going to happen. Like, you know what I mean?
Future soul.
So
that gives a whole different like meaning to that.
You could write a song about that too, like future soul, a future soul song called Future Soul.
I love it. That's amazing. I'm gonna do that. You heard it here first.
That's dope. So how did you get started? Like, when did you realize you had a talent?
I've always been a writer for real, but I started singing kind of like really started singing in high school. Okay. So I was in a choir in high school, and then I went to like a performing arts school, so to speak, and we did like acting, singing, dancing, all that sort of thing.
So you act too?
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Multifaceted.
Yes,
what do you?
Much so.
Obviously, you prefer to sing though. You prefer singing or the writing process?
I don't know. I can't say. I prefer. I think I like them both equally, to be honest.
What about performing? Have you done any performances?
I have done some performances. Most recently, I call myself being on tour. I was on an open mic tour. Yeah. And I haven't made it to New York yet, but
definitely make it to New York.
I need to get out there and do some open mics, and but I did, consider it. Did a show with a local musician.
Mm-hmm.
He was doing like a it's called 101. He was doing a lot of 101 sessions with different, singers.
Different singers.
So I did that recently.
That's a nice way to connect.
Yeah,
With different people and stuff.
yeah, it was cool.
So,
But as I was like writing songs for other people, so to speak, to sell, I often wondered like what my sound would be like. Who am I as an artist, right? Because I'm like, I could sing these songs, but I'm not sure that.
Have you ever wrote a song for somebody with a vision in mind, and then once you sell it to them, they like sing it differently than what you expected?
No, it's always been whatever we saw.
Whatever
you know
so
what I mean?
They fall right in line with the same agenda.
Pretty much. It was either whatever our expectations, were, or exceeded them. But along the same lines of the vision. It wasn't like anything, way different. So I've never like encountered that, but just in thinking about like what I wanted to, what type of artist I wanted to be, I recently, after like singing, songwriting, and all that for like 10 plus years, came up with a song that I thought would be good to debut.
Yeah.
And
what was the name of it?
The name of that song was Dragonflies. It is called Dragonflies. But the issue we faced with that, and then you and I did talk about that briefly, was, just like, again, having your business in
contract
order.
issues. Yeah. That goes into the next question I was going to ask you about. Like, what do a lot of people that coming into the business, what is something that they don't expect? Like something that people don't really, they want to be singer-songwriters, but they don't expect this to happen.
I just think like,
business.
As an independent artist, maybe artists don't know that they are the company, and maybe they don't know like that, so being as though we don't have a big record company backing us, so to speak, we are the record company.
Yes.
So we really call all the shots.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And a lot of times you have like these independent or new and up and coming like producers who feel like they, are entitled to
I'll try to take advantage of
more than what they actually are,
okay.
right? And although it's a collaboration and it just depends on what you agree to, but
I think that goes into knowing your worth, like not like how people sign like 360 deals and just know your worth, know what you worth, and don't let anybody take advantage of you.
Pretty much.
Especially as like you said, as an independent.
Yep, and have those contracts signed before you even get in the studio, so we all on the same page. Yeah. We know what's going on.
Anything that you like regret, like not doing in the business so far? Like any like missed opportunities that you may have missed?
I feel like, I could have done so much more by now, probably, yes. And that maybe is just due to my, I don't know, just, I do have that kind of drive and determination, but at the same time, like as outgoing as I am, I feel like maybe was as, I'm not gonna say fearful, but maybe as fearful as I was at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't go to New York and like, or Atlanta and like take these, or LA even, you know what I'm saying? Like I did those things later, but I didn't do it like with a focus.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I see what you mean.
I could have been like auditioning for a lot more things, probably like right out of high school. I probably should have. I just bought into the lie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I graduated from high school, went to college. I don't know that I even really had the like desire to go to college. And I actually dropped out of college for real, like in sophomore year. My degree, but then my parents made me go back. So I went back because of them.
So decent time.
And my undergrad degree is in journalism, but my master's degree is in fashion.
Fashion?
Yeah.
So
which is why I like
you design or you model?
I design.
Design?
Yeah.
You do a lot. That's what's up.
Yeah, so that was one of my goals as well, to kind of have a clothing line. Initially for full-figured women, but
Yeah.
I don't want to limit myself, to be honest.
I don't limit yourself,
with
but
that.
like, where do you see yourself in the future? Like, do you want to focus more on the music, the writing, or like the fashion, or can you can actually incorporate
I
all of
want
that
to do it
into
all.
one?
I look at Sean, John, P, Diddy, Puff Daddy Combs.
That's a good role model because he does it all.
He does it all.
He does it
I
all.
look at him like I call him my cousin. So hey, cuz, if you're watching this,
That's dope. That's dope. I'm gonna send it to him. I'm gonna definitely send it to him.
No, when I was in undergrad though, I did reach out to his company as Sean John to intern there, and I had a contact there too that I like was persistent, stayed with, contact them, but I don't know what happened with that. Anyways, he gave me some pointers, told me some things to do, and I did those things, and I went to fashion school, and kind of maybe on the strength of what he told me. But anyways, I kind of want to do it all, but it's like you gotta focus on one thing and start there, and then allow that thing to like grow, so it can spill over to.
Sometimes you gotta, like, if you have a passion but it's not blowing as much, your second passion, you like Kanye West.
Yeah.
His passion always was really like fashion and stuff, but he used music to get himself into the industry.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's dope. You
I
guys
don't know.
kind of on the same level.
True. Thing is, I'm really good at talking.
Good at talking? So you should have been on like making a band or something like that.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I've always actually. I don't want to do everything.
Talking is a skill too, because you could talk yourself into some serious situations. Like that's like people that lie on their resumes and stuff like that.
True. That's what's up though. That is a skill.
Yeah.
If you
I'm horrible at talking. No, I'm horrible at talking. Like it takes me a while to get into like a groove of talking. So I'm more like a reserved type of person. So having that personality will give you a step above. Like we can have the same talent, but since you're more outgoing, you'll be able to get into the business easier than I will.
Maybe not. I mean, look, you have your podcast. I don't.
This is all self-sufficient, though, you know what I mean? It's all self-sufficient.
Yeah, so it's like maybe your skill, you're better at like stick-to-itiveness and getting it done, right?
Yeah, but this also took me years. I've had this idea for years, and I'm just now getting into it. And this honestly wasn't even my first idea. I was supposed to do financial stuff, but this is like the bridge to get into it. So it is what it is, you know what I mean? I just like making connections too, so that's why. You know what I mean? That's why I have you here.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
Thank you for having me here.
Yeah, thanks for coming through. But like, what other advice do you have for people like trying to come into the business, other than knowing your work and stuff like that? Like,
I would say like be persistent. You know, if you be persistent, and consistent. And so when I say persistent, everything is relationship based. So like, continue with building the proper relationships. Do things even if you don't feel like doing it.
Sometimes you gotta make that sacrifice for the big picture.
Like I don't feel like going out tonight, but you gotta go. Just go, especially if you know what I mean. So, consistency and being persistent, I think right now is what's coming to mind as advice. Yeah.
So what? How do you stay creative though in this world? I feel like music is so saturated but you have a unique neo soul. Future soul is unique. Not a lot of people are into that, but other genres is very saturated. So how do you keep your creativity? With the saturation and all. How do you stay unique to yourself? And I know people who scroll on Instagram all day and they get other people they want to be with other people. How do you keep true to yourself and not change for other people?
To be completely honest, I think even like the artists that we see that kind of seem cookie cutter, they still have some kind of individuality. Because if they didn't, I don't think they would like be where they are. You know what I mean? So it's like they might make commercial music, but at the same time they still like in their lane. Yeah. So I think just like staying true to who you are, knowing who you are, right? Regardless of what's going on in the world, you know what I mean? Like write about the things that matter to you. Even when, you're writing with people who say dig deeper constantly. It's like, how much deeper? Like, this is what I want to write about. If I want to write about love on the surface, like, I mean, what's wrong with that? Like,
and everybody has different reference points. Like, you might, not everybody's gonna like your style. You know what I mean? You're not gonna like everybody else's style. It's all about reference points. You know what I mean?
Dig deeper, dig deeper. I mean, what? I just, the stuff that I hear on the radio, they don't really seem they dig too deep. Like, and what you want me to, how much dig deeper?
To get on the radio is real surface level stuff. So when people say dig deeper, I'm like,
it makes me feel unappreciated. I'm confused. Like, what, my song is not good?
So after, speaking, like, so after you've been working on the song for like, however long it takes. I don't do music, so I don't know. Say like a week. You're working on a song for a week, and you finally release it. How do you jump right back into the next song, or do you take some time to relax and just bask in the glory of like, yeah, I did that?
No, I mean, I'm like constantly writing.
Right back
to
on
be honest, yeah, definitely.
Can't give him no leeway.
But then sometimes, you know, there's like, so I've had moments where I haven't. It was like a writer's block.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I've had moments where, like, months where I didn't write anything.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's just, sometimes you don't really know how to process what's going on.
So how do you get out of that, though?
In the past, I guess, I have just kind of tried different exercises. So, most recently, well, let me see, medication.
Okay, we know what that means. We get it.
You know, that helps open up your mind.
That's true.
And, you know, talking to people, you know, just different ideas, writing everything down. And then sometimes you can't like expound on a particular idea at the moment, but you write it down, you can come back to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or maybe something that you've written in the past can match up with that. Like, that's how butterflies came about. Actually, I'm sorry, not butterflies, dragonflies. I was in Jersey at an open mic, and I was looking at somebody. it was something that I had wrote earlier, right? Mm-hmm. And I was looking at somebody, and I was like, I something came to my mind, but I'm driving back to Philly, and I'm like on the part where you about to get to the toll. Okay. So like I'm trying to like grab the money, roll the window down, but also get a piece of paper and a pen to write this down, like, because I know that if I don't write it down at this moment, I'm going to forget it. And I, for some reason, just knew that it felt like perfect. Yeah. It was good. So then I wrote this one piece, and then whatever I had like wrote the other day, I said, "Ooh, they can go together." And then it became, you know, a full piece, and I liked it the way it was. Yeah. I didn't think I needed to add anything else to it. And, you know, I think it's perfect. But now, because the business wasn't straight, I'm back at square one. I have a song that has no beat. So, I don't know. Maybe I might release it a cappella. I don't know. You know what I mean? That's an idea. But, I mean, and I don't think that's a bad thing. But,
you always, like, get the beat made for you, though.
That's what I'm trying to do.
It's just, that's why, that's, with the connections, you need the right connections.
Pretty much, yeah.
Get somebody to produce it for you.
So that's what I'm working on now. Trying to still release that song.
Yeah. So what about your other music though? You know, music still out?
Coming soon. Yeah, coming soon. I have, you know,
got a project coming up.
Yes, it's called The Resurrection. Yeah.
Got to be still behind that.
I just feel like it's just pretty much like me, you know, the rebirth, so to speak, of me, right? The resurrection, all the things that I loved and had such a passion for it once, or once before, you know, I am reawakening, so to speak. The resurrection, I mean, there's so many different connections to that, or parallels to that I could speak to, but, you know, I don't feel like digging that much deeper.
So where do we see you in 5 years, though?
5 years? Well, 5 years, I should definitely at least have like 2 projects done, right? At least 2 projects released. And then I'm gonna have a couple movies out.
Fashion
line. I'm gonna have my fashion line out.
Do it. For everything. Do it all.
I'm doing it all in 5 years. I'm doing it all because it's been like budding and all that for so long, and then pretty soon it's just gonna all just come at you. So 5 years, definitely expect to see me doing a lot more.
Yeah.
You will see me somewhere.
Yeah, I'm gonna be the first one to have you on. So,
hopefully on tour or something like that, promoting one of the albums.
Yeah.
Or both of them. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it just depends.
Do an album in an EP or an album in a mixtape.
Yeah.
But I don't think singers really do mixtapes.
But why not? We could.
Okay. Yeah.
Jacquees, ain't that what he do? He do like mixtape type stuff.
Yeah. That's facts.
He kind of like remixes everything. So we could totally get into that. But
that's what's up. Glad you came through. You got you want the last word?
No,
you want to give out some? I mean, anything you want to say to the world?
I just want to say.
Matter of fact, before we even get into that, where can we get in contact?
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
socials and all that.
Basically on Instagram, I am Akilah the Genius, AKILAH. THEGENIUS. And just, follow me on Instagram. From there, I'll probably have a link or something, and you can follow my YouTube. And
all that's going to be in the description. They already know the vibe. All my people, they know the vibe. It's going to be in the show. So, thanks for having me. I mean, thanks for having me.
Did it feel like it was my show?
Yeah, it did, but I like that. I like to highlight other people, you know what I mean? I'm dead. Yeah, definitely. I already know the vibe is Akilah the Genius. Conversation with Nash. We out.
Thank you, Nash. Bye.